Hello all, this is Rob from AFT. I just wanted to continue on our second part of Guitar in the Circle. From the previous lesson I showed you how a single line, the guitar string, how you can divide it in half and it gives you the octave, and then how the octave is broken down in Western music theory. The position markers, the way that they're laid out, a lot of this is coincidence. It's kind of how I look at the guitar. I'm not stating in any part of this that this is why the guitar was designed this way. And truth be told, it just has evolved this way, and it kind of works. So let's not look a gift horse in the mouth. General music theory. Wrong note. Master key. We've got a color system that artists use. I'm a graphic designer. I'm very familiar with it. Roy G. Biv, if you've ever taken 7th grade science, they taught you the color spectrum, how we have it divided into 7 increments or 7 intervals. Music, especially in the Western sense, deals the same way, and that's how the guitar is laid out. We have our root and our octave. Then we have 7 intervals between the root and the octave of course being 8. And let's look here. This is how the intervals are named. Now this corresponds to the fretboard, and it's very daunting looking at it this way, you know. Root, minor second, minor third, major third, perfect fourth. Here would be your flat 5, perfect 5th, minor 6th, major 6th. Let me focus the camera just a little bit so you can see a little bit better. Sorry, the LEDs are a little harsh looking, but you can see how it just, in relationship to each individual string, it can get a little crazy, get a little confusing. So I've kind of developed the color method. I've designed a zone system between our root and our octave. And this is how I've kind of laid it out. So you can see where I've grouped our seconds, our minor and major second, minor and major third, minor and major 6th, minor and major 7th. Again, and I'm going to keep repeating this so there is no confusion, I'm going from a single string, whether it be the E string, the A string, the D string, G, B, or E. These relationships that I'm speaking about are from the root to the octave. That's it. Nothing more. So here's how the zones are kind of grouped. And if you are aware of patterns, you can kind of see that there is a pattern. If we take our flat 5, it mirrors itself. So from the 6th fret, on each side of that, you got your perfect 4th and your perfect 5th. That tritone, your flat 5, you know, Black Sabbath, acts as a hinge point within an octave. And these patterns repeat. You have a group of 2, a group of 3, a group for 6, and a group for 7. Again, all zones are relative to their corresponding string. Now, if you look down here at our key, I'll start doing some basic theory. A single note, say an open E, is just an open E. It's not until we define a distance or a relationship with another note that we actually get the interval system. And that's what all of this mumbo jumbo is. We're talking about intervals between one pitch to another. So 2 pitches are an interval and 3 pitches are a chord. Coincidentally, it also works that way within colors. Our primary colors are red, yellow, and blue. Out of those 3 colors, we can produce a lot of different colors. And sonically, our primary notes follow the same pattern. We have our root, which defines our home, so to speak. Our third, which would be out of this grouping here, gives you either a melancholy, sad sound, and again, these are all emotional terms, or a major third, which is happy, and your perfect 5th is kind of a solidifier to your octave. These two are very consonant with each other, very solid sounding pitches. This is your power chord, your first and your fifth. So if you was to play an E and a B together, you would have a power chord. If you was to play an E, a minor third, and your fifth, you would have a minor chord, a very sad sounding chord. If you was to play an E, a major third, and a fifth, you would have a happy chord. It would be very lifting sounding. So some of the terminologies that we're going to be using and throughout all of MAFT's lessons, they're very going to be emotional based, because that's what music is. Music is emotion, unless you're a computer playing it. And I've know several people that are like that, but it is what it is. That's the great thing about music. You can take it in any direction. But I just want to show you one quick little thing about how patterns play out over the string. If we take, from lesson 1, how we took this and divided it in half, and the octave and the root are very, very solid. They sound identical, very pleasing. And then we divide that in half, it's very dissonant, right? And then we look at how the patterns are laid out. Here's our dissonant tritone, and how everything kind of mirrors itself. Follow this pattern, and this is the key to mastering the guitar, is starting on a single string and understanding an octave. Because once you can understand how an octave works on a single string, then now we can start finding all these notes that repeat. Like, say for example, E on the 12th fret is also your 7th fret right here on the A string. Let me get rid of the interval labels. Remember, this is 3, this is 5, that's 7, and that's 9. So we've got an E here, we have an E here, we have an E here. So we can approach scales either on a single string, or because these notes repeat, we can go in different axes. You can either fall down the string, crawl up the string. You can even start here and work your way backwards. Either way, a pitch is a pitch. The timbre or the timbre, however you want to say it, is going to be different because of the thickness of the string. But all in all, how these relationships work between these different pitches, it's all based and hinged on music theory, of this basic grouping of how all these numbers are related to one another. So again, I repeat, all zones are relative to the corresponding string in this diagram. Study this, memorize it, and it'll help us on part 3 once we start breaking down and actually get to pull a guitar out and show you guys this in person. Again, I appreciate any and all effort, support. If you guys have questions, please send them my way. You may spark some interesting videos, some content for MAFT on YouTube. We are found on Facebook at facebook.com/MAFTVA. And again, I'm Robert Montgomery, and I appreciate your time. You have a wonderful weekend, and God bless. Thank you very much.